Alrighty, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Abby. I do all things military, lifestyle, and motherhood. I want to say thank you for all the love and support on my previous video of what to pack BCT edition. I'm hitting you again with another good advice of what I wish I did differently before or during the time I went in for training. So this week's video is so this week's video is 10 things I wish I did before leaving for BCT. So you've made the awesome decision to go serve for your country, woo, 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 and you're leaving. Here are some things I wish I did or that I did do to prepare myself for this new journey that we got on. Alright, so the first thing I would say that you need to do once you're deciding to join the army or the military in general is to do your research on their ACFT or whatever physical requirements that they require and start practicing. Like for example, with the military we have a 2-mile run, and in my head I'm like, I can do this 2-mile run easy. It was not easy at all. So I would definitely suggest preparing your body for the physical activities that's about to hit you real hardcore. So I would start running, I would start doing push-ups. That's like my weakest event is the push-ups. I'm good at the run now because with running it's just practice. But my upper body strength is what I lack on. So lower body I've never really had an issue with, but upper body strength is one of them. So I would start, learning how to do a proper push-up or being able to do more reps of a push-up because it is scored. Like you have a score sheet and it's scored based off of how many reps you're able to do. We have the overhead ball throw. Just do your research in general and prepare your body for the physical training that you're about to head into. All right, tip number 2 of what I wish I did / what I did do. This one I actually did do to an extent, but I wish I had done it better. I would put everything on auto pay or close out certain accounts that you would not be using during a time frame that you're going into training. So for the army, basic training is 2 months, and then based on your MOS then you have an additional however much months. For me as a medic it was an additional 4 months, so it's only for 6 months. During this time I would suggest closing out like Wi-Fi, any fixed expenses that you have to pay that's like you need it during the time that you're in training. I would set those on auto pay because specifically for the time during BCT you don't receive your phone until on Sundays, or sometimes they even skip phone times during Sundays, and if you have a bill you have to go through the process of like requesting your phone, and it's not a guarantee that you will receive your phone. So I definitely say go ahead and just set all of those bills to auto pay. Any bills that you are not actively using, go ahead and just close those accounts. You can provide them with your orders showing that okay, you're no longer here, or you're on you're leaving for military purposes, and they will more than likely release you from your contract. So that's number 2. The next thing I would do in preparing for leaving is to learn the soldier's creed. So whenever you get to training, you're going to be required to memorize the soldier's creed. And it can be a lot, especially because we're lacking on sleep during that time to memorize all of this plus remember everything else. So give yourself that jump start to be ahead of your peers by learning the soldier's creed. Tip number 4 is this kind of around the same area, is to also learn the army song. Like I said, during this time you're tired, you're lacking on sleep, plus any other little, issues that you may have going on. It can be a lot to memorize the Soldier's Creed, plus your daily activities, plus the Army song. So in order to, lessen this load on you, we'll just go ahead and advise you to go ahead and learn it from now. Alright, so quickly to intermission. Now we're back on track. My battery died. Alright, next on the list is also going to be preparing yourself for greatness. You're going to go ahead and learn whatever branch you're going into, their ranking system. Is this again is a requirement whenever you're going through the training to learn all of these ranks and insignia, right? Insignia, I'm sorry. And it can be a lot. So why not prepare yourself months ahead or weeks ahead during the time that you're at home just waiting to be shipped off? You don't have to learn the full thing. If you can, that would be great. But if you take a date, okay, learn this amount from like E4 to E1, what they look like, what they mean, it lessens the burden, I guess, whenever you're in training, to go ahead and learn those stuff. So while you're here during your downtime, you're waiting to be shipped off, just go ahead and learn the ranking system. Next on my list of things I wish I did before leaving. This is a widely talked about topic. Like on social media, where you see people joke about, oh, my recruiter said this and my recruiter said that. Well, baby, if that is not on paper, it doesn't matter what your recruiter said, it won't happen. So anything you've discussed with your recruiter, make sure it is on paper stating that, hey, I want to go Ranger. Hey, I got a 50K bonus. Hey, I want to be an officer. Anything you're discussing and your recruiter is saying, yeah, I can get that for you, do make sure it is on paper. Because if it is not on paper, it never happened. It never happened. So that is my tip number 6. Tip number 7 would be to make sure you have all your legal affairs in order. This is the one that ate me up during training. I did not have all my legal affairs in order. I thought I did, but it was indeed not, and it placed me in a position where not compromised. It placed me in a position where, because my legal affairs wasn't in order, it was used against me, as like my weakness. So I would 100% recommend having your legal affairs in order before departing for BCT. Alrighty, next on the list is, I don't know if there's a YouTube video on this, I'll have to research it some more, but typically they do. I would learn the facing movements. Like I said, once again, you're lacking on sleep, it's a lot going on, it's a whole different environment. Set yourself up for greatness by learning as much as possible before going in. So whenever you're in it, it's just like that to you. So I would go on YouTube and learn the different facing movements, go ahead and get your practice in, so that whenever it's time to like show out, you are already on top. The next thing I would do before heading out, I did mention this in my previous video, Water Park BCT edition, and I'm going to mention it here again because it is that important. While in training, your 2 best assets are going to be your feet. You are going to be standing so much, running so much, rocking so much. Invest in good shoes, both your combat boots, but especially your running sneakers. Whenever you can buy like your combat boots whenever you get there. I would suggest make the shoes that you wear to head off to BCT be the shoes, your running shoes. So that way you don't have to like have all these unnecessary stuff and you already like broke your shoes in to know that okay, this is comfortable and it is a proper pair of running shoes. Typically people use the Cloud Tech, like right now I've transferred over to the Cloud Tech, but also people use the Brooks, some types of Nikes are good. And then just do your research on best running shoes, but invest in a good pair of running shoes. Alrighty, and then number 10, we're already at 10. Number 10 on the list, that is utterly the most important thing to do before heading off to training, or things I wish I did before heading off to training, is to be mentally prepared. Mental readiness, right? Because that's all it really is. Like once you have a decent you're decent at physical fitness, the rest of it is all mental. All mental. Once you're mentally prepared, adjust into, like for me, I joined a little bit older. I joined whenever I was 23. You're leaving home, you're leaving your child, you're leaving your spouse, you're leaving your friends, you're leaving your family. It's isolating. And I don't know, 2 months felt like 2 years being away from my family. Like, I had to learn to cope with it day by day. And also how I counted down the weeks, like you have no idea. The months felt like years. How I counted down my weeks was by making it to each Sunday, because I'm very spiritual. So I would attend church like, okay, I only have 3 more Sundays until I get the hell out of here. So being mentally prepared is of the utmost importance, and what you should take away from today's video. Alrighty, that's it. That's all I have for you today. I do want to say thank you again for watching. I do hope you liked the video. Share and definitely subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.